Alrighty, hey guys, Nick here from J4U Studios, and welcome back to another episode of Kind of the J4U podcast. This is another AMA, like I did back in August, I want to say, something like that. But anyway, it's just an opportunity for you guys to ask me any questions. I'm all yours. We can talk about transcrafters, we can talk about movies. We can just talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So, yeah, figure I'll be live for the next however long, just doing this. So, kind of wait for some people to get in the chat or just kind of talk about my day a little bit. Hey, Jonathan, welcome to the live stream. It's nice to see you, bud. Today we've had a lot of meetings with J4U Studios people. Met with Luke and Dylan this morning, then I just met with Raphael, just kind of discussing content we have been making and then the content we want to be making moving forward. Hello, Saxon. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you. Happy to have you. And then I'm seeing Shazam after this, which will be awesome, and I'm super excited for. And hello, Saber. Welcome to the live stream. Hello to you. Oh, man, we're getting a good amount of people in here. Hello, Tidwell. I don't want to attempt to say your first name because I know I'm going to butcher that, but my apologies. But hello, welcome. And then Storminus Prime. Hello, welcome to the live stream. And then, cool. Hello, welcome. Welcome. It's great to have all of you beautiful people here. Missed you a lot. Bummed. I thought I had a good streaming setup that worked up in the Flagstaff location. Hello, Nike. Hello. Hello to you. Hello, camera. Can you focus? I'm talking to these lovely people here and you just went out of focus on me? Man. When are you continuing Transcrafters? So, I have a rough cut of the first episode of Season 3 pretty much done. So, really just be kind of tweaking that, adding in a few more things, some voiceover stuff. And then that will be done, but I'm going to wait to release it until I have at least probably the first 3 episodes done or done-ish, which I think I have the first 5 recorded, so it's just editing those, which editing them is always a big thing, especially this season. There's so many different perspectives and storylines, like, it's very crazy trying to manage all that, but yeah, so the best answer I can have is soon. It's one of those things where I have a date in mind that I'd like to hit. It just depends on what other factors kind of add and mess with that. So just know I'm working on it. I'm working hard on it. It's a crazy project, and probably Season 3, Episode 1 is my favorite episode of Transcrafters that we've ever made, just because there's so much going on, and since it's been so hard to make, I'll tell you guys a little bit about it, just so you guys can get excited for it. So the start of the episode, like the start of Dark of the Moon, is that kind of fight on Cybertron, and we really elaborate on that fight. I think that fight is like the first... Don't quote me on this, I am trying to remember and I don't remember exactly. The first 10 to 18 minutes of that episode are all just that fight on Cybertron. Because I really go into, like, what are the stakes of this fight? Who's in this fight? And I think there are, like, 4 different perspectives you see in that first bit. I think you get some point of view of Bumblebee during that fight, some point of view of Optimus in that fight. Megatron, you get to see what he and his Decepticons are doing during that fight, and then what Sentinel's doing during that fight, and then how that connects to the moon crash and all that stuff. So it's this really, like, that typically, in terms of the previous seasons, would have been its own episode, and it's only the beginning of Episode 3. So there's so much more episode after that. You get a lot more of what Sam has been up to since the episode 0 that was put out last summer. And just kind of... Because I really wanted the Carly relationship to feel natural. And I wanted there to be a strong reason why he's hesitant about going back to Nest. And just kind of... You see a lot more of the Sam human aspect in the series. Because like you said in episode 0, there are shots and scenes that are from his perspective. So you see a lot more of Sam. There's, of course, Subwoofer in the first episode of Season 3. You see a good amount of him. There's so much, and I know I'm forgetting stuff. There's a whole scene where it's from Optimus's point of view. Like, there's just a lot. Anyway. Let me go back, because I've been missing a lot of chat stuff here. Really hope Shazam is good. I want it at least to be a good DCEU movie. So do I. I really do. And I think if nothing else, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think Zachary Levi's awesome. And I trust the director just because he came from an indie film background and kind of a similar background to what I've been doing. So he's been doing fantastic for himself. And I think this is the film where he can shine. So hopefully he does. I mean, granted, I thought the same thing about David Ayer, who did Suicide Squad, and that didn't work out so much. But, yeah. Editing is hard to understand. Yeah, and it's one of those things where editing Transcrafters is like editing a short film, which, having made now 5 short films, is a very intensive process. And because I do just a standard cut, then all of the audio editing, pairing up all the voiceovers, cutting each scene. It's not like a normal Minecraft video. So it's like there's editing, and then there's editing a show like Transcrafters, which I always feel like each episode is comparable to one of my short films. The only difference is with a short film, I have a casting crew of 12 to 50 people helping me, whereas Transcrafters is pretty much just me, aside from Luke and Marco helping from a story creative standpoint every once in a while. So, let's see. Andrew Transformers game for console. Yeah, I have a lot of them. Let me see here what I got. I'm gonna move the mic lower to me. I have... Where are they? I have more. They're in actually the pile of games we have for Luke and Marco's Movie Time Monday. But I know I have the game for the first 2007 movie, the game for Revenge of the Fallen, the game for Dark of the Moon, War for Cybertron, and Fall of Cybertron. So, I think that's it in terms of Transformer games. And I know that Luke has played the Revenge of the Fallen game, and I played back in the day. I assume it got uploaded. Man, so, okay. Little story time. Before J4U Studios, I had planned to do a YouTube channel, which never got made, really. But I recorded about 20 to 50 videos in the Dark of the Moon video game that were Let's Play style. So, little tidbit there. So, I don't think any of those ever got uploaded, but anyway, let's see. Trust Season 3 will be great. Well, thank you. And it's one of those things where I am my biggest critic, and I don't want Season 3 to come out unless it meets my quality standards, which is why it's always so hard to sit down and edit it, because I always make it more and more difficult on itself. Because if I didn't go ahead and make it as difficult as I'm making it, it could have been done months ago. It would not have been nearly as good as I'm trying to make it, though. What are my thoughts on PewDiePie versus T-Series? I've tweeted it out before, and it's one of those things where I know for me it's more nostalgic than for a lot of other people, because back when I was starting to be in YouTube and watch YouTube, I remember before PewDiePie was number 1. I remember back when Smosh was number 1, and I remember who was before Smosh. I remember when Smosh took number 1 from, it wasn't Nigga Higga, it was someone else, but it was one of those things where PewDiePie, in terms of the PewDiePie versus T-Series, PewDiePie, he's made some kind of mistakes and missteps there. But for me, YouTube is all about kind of that individual creator, the person in their bedroom or home office making videos that they enjoy and are passionate about. T-Series, they're making good content. I'm sure there's some really passionate people there, but it's a production company. They're a big company that employs a lot of people. It's not really so much that personality-based thing. So it's personally one of those things where, like, yeah, in terms of if I were to support someone, I'd support PewDiePie, but that's less about PewDiePie and more about the personality-based content versus production company content. It would have been the same if it were Walt Disney versus PewDiePie, or Walt Disney versus Markiplier, or someone like that. I'm going to back the individual creator in this situation. So, yeah. Let's see, what else do we got? What happened... Wait, is that the next one? I want to make sure I didn't skip anything. What happened to Sam in Revenge of the Dragon? So what I was referring to there was that Michaela died. Spoiler alert. I don't think there's anyone in this chat who hasn't seen Revenge of the Dragon. If you have, I apologize. I'm severely sorry. But Michaela died in Revenge of the Dragon, which from episode 0 you saw was a really tolling thing. And it would be if the girlfriend who you were in love with was killed by a giant alien robot who's trying to exterminate humanity. So it was just this kind of thing where it's like, of course he doesn't want to go back to Nest in terms of season 3 because he doesn't want that to happen to Carly. He wants he and Carly to have a normal life, which means, unfortunately for Sam, and kind of his arc for the beginning of season 3, it means he has to get a normal job. So, yeah, let's see here. So, blah, blah, blah. Hey, Nick, thinking, are you going to make a spin-off of Bumblebee or something like that? I've been considering it, and I'm kind of up in the air about that just because I enjoyed the movie so much more with, with Transcrafters. It was one of those things where I like Transformers and I liked the Bay movies, but I knew they could be so much better than what they were making. And it was kind of that combination of, well, let me see, since Minecraft is such a great game in terms of like limitless possibilities for what you can do, I wanted to say, well, okay, firstly, can I make Transformers this crazy property on its own and put it in this other crazy property and kind of marry the two and merge the two in terms of like a story standpoint. And then with Revenge of the Dragon especially, I got thinking, could I tell a semi-original story based off a Michael Bay movie and see if I can tell the story better? So, yeah. Let's see there. Wait, finish off that topic. With the Bumblebee one, I would be curious to try, but it's one of those things where I think the movie did such a good job, I don't think I'd really change much in terms of the story. It would more so just be like, well, what can we transfer? What's movie equivalent? What's the Minecraft equivalent? Movie equivalent? What's the Minecraft equivalent? And doing that for the entire video, which I could totally do. It's just one of those things of, oh, time, resources, since it's such a difficult series to make, is it worth doing that? Which is something that, you know, could work, I just am not sure. Let's see. What was that comment for? Try and play Fall of Cybertron. There are quite a few Fall of Cybertron videos on this channel. I would be willing to play it, though, at some point. Which I'm going back to the Flagstaff office tomorrow. I think I'm going to drive up tomorrow morning. So I won't be with the Elgato in the Xbox One in order to play it. Actually, I think that was a 360 game. Crap, am I that old? Point is, there are some videos on the channel of Fall of Cybertron. I can make some new ones if that's something you guys want. And actually, J4U Gaming has a video that you guys can check out of Fall of Cybertron gameplay from me. That's probably the most recent thing you'd find. Whales, sharks, water, beauty, evil. Well said. Very, very well said. Okay. I was here for a long time. I did. Yeah. I appreciate you being around. Fortnite Forever. Yeah, there you go. Power to you. And Willie's been very busy, but I'm sure he'll probably be back to streaming at some point. He was someone who I didn't get around having a meeting with yet today. He might still come around. I'm not sure. But that's kind of up to the air. And we'll be pretty transparent with you guys about, like, when another live stream will be and that kind of stuff. So I try and post any information like that. Well, if you try and make Transformers Universe title for a video, I mean, I've kind of thought about that. It's always just one of the things of doing it is one of those time-consuming things. And I think, like, I love the Transcrafters universe in terms of what we've been able to do. Is that I want to explore it as much as I can, but at some point I don't want to reach for stories that aren't there. I want the stories to kind of come from an organic place of logically A would lead to B, which leads to C. So I don't want to be like, but what about F? And put that in the mix. And I want the story progression to feel natural. So I don't want to take on things that would kind of stretch in terms of the lore. But yeah. So to answer your questions, I'll do the Transcrafter videos that I feel naturally fit into the universe or work as a blank in Minecraft. One of the new Minecraft Transformers video coming out, so hopefully soon, but by soon I don't mean like next week. It's not going to be that soon, as in the next couple months, just because I have episode 1, a rough cut of that, pretty well worked out. It'll just be fine-tuning that, doing a good amount more, some kind of voiceover stuff, and just kind of flesh that out. And I want to have at least the next 2 episodes done or at that point as well. So I don't have to be like, here's episode 1, and now wait an extended period of time for 2 and 3. It's like, I want them to come out 1 little break, 2 little break, 3 little break, 4 little break, so on and so forth. So, that's why we're waiting. Because in theory, I could probably have episode 1 out fairly soon. I just want to wait so that they can come out a little bit more together. Whatever happened to that one series, it is some of the viewers doing Minecraft. I still do it. It's just an unfortunate thing of I can't do that in the Flagstaff office, and considering I live in Flagstaff now, it's not easy to do, just because I can only do it when I'm able to drive the 4 hours down to Tucson, hook it up, and record. So it's still a series that I do, still a series I want to do, and will continue to do. It's right now just kind of the Minecraft series that I can play with you guys. What if you're playing Minecraft for Transformers and it crashed? That happens a lot, actually. So what happens when it does happen, because it happens pretty regularly, is I'm trying to be very good about saving the world. So I make a save of the world, put it on a separate location in the hard drive, play it, and if it crashes, I delete that save and make a copy of the other save I just did. So like for Transcrafters Revenge of the Dragon, each map that you see probably has like anywhere from 3 to like, I think the Egypt one had like 12 or so different saves of that world. In fact, it was a thing. Oh, I'll answer you in a sec. Don't worry. It was a thing to where it, for some reason, the, I forget his name, Skystrike, the jet transformer that I was at the end of Season 2, anytime I exited the world with his armor on, the game would crash automatically. So it happens very often that there are little glitches like that. Which is another reason I'm not him in Season 3. Ooh, spoiler alert! So, Gloria Fellow, big fan, well, awesome, glad to see it. Please add me on Fortnite, play Transformers, Earth Wars, Apex Legend. I don't play Fortnite. Willie would be the person you'd want to talk to about that stuff. And I assume same with Apex. Dylan might be the Apex guy, but I don't really know. But yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh, what if Megatron and Shockwave decide to make another combiner like Bruticus or anything like that? I definitely tried experimenting with the science side of Shockwave in Season 3. Because I didn't want him to be the Michael Bay, not really speaking, kind of just hunk of metal. So he has some brain to him. And I love the story of the Decepticons in Season 3. And I don't want to say too much more about that. But the Decepticons all have, like, there's a lot more story arc and you see a lot more of the Decepticon side in Season 3. Because when you watch the actual Dark of the Moon movie, the Decepticons aren't really in much of it. Like, I think their first real appearance is like halfway through the movie. So in Transcrafter Season 3, I wanted to explore, well, what are they doing during this period of time? What kind of tension can be building amongst the Decepticons, especially after Season 2 when Megatron basically lost his entire Decepticon army trying to take Egypt, you know, and trying to impress the Fallen. Alrighty. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Hopefully I'm not missing any. It'd be cool if you make it, but put barricade instead of dropkick. Ooh! See, that would be a cool idea. Yeah, I like that idea of barricade instead of dropkick. Yeah, I'm a fan of that. I approve. If I do it, I'll have to remember that, because I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, hopefully I'm not missing any comments here. So I'm just scrolling down now. Okay, so yeah, but he'll just die. Oh, you're talking about the combiner. He'll just die. Yeah, I think I'm not sure how much I want to say. I don't know how much I want to say. Let's see. Chat was late. Ignore what he said. Who is your favorite Transformer? It's a good question. So in terms of the Bay universe, what it used to be Ironhide was my favorite Autobot, Shockwave my favorite Decepticon. Transformers in general, Shockwave I think is still my favorite Decepticon, just because he's badass. I think Megatron has some good potential if written right. And Optimus is just my favorite Autobot, because there's just a lot of great stuff you can do with him, in terms of him being just this kind of very lawful good, leader of the Autobots. So there's just a lot of good story potential. And one of the things I would love to direct a Transformers movie for, which, by the way, some exciting news. Rooster Teeth is developing a Transformers show that I'm super excited about, and I believe it's a Cybertron-based show. So I'm beyond wickedly excited for that, because Rooster Teeth they make some really great stuff. Like, I just finished watching Genlock, and now I'm watching A Weird Place, and they have a documentary that came out yesterday that I need to watch. But hey, they're making a Transformers show, so I'm hyped for that. Let's see. Let's see. So instead of Blitzwing, why not do an evil Dropkick. I like the Blitzwing kind of flying thing. Plus, Blitzwing, I feel like he was cool. He wasn't utilized to his fullest. So at that point, you maybe could just use Starscream. Plus, I feel like that means more of Starscream is the one who takes the voice box. But there is potential for Blitz if you do something with his character after that point. Let's see. You know what's so funny? I need Barricade at least. I have Dropkick. Yeah. Making a toy collection. I have Grimlock. Oh, nice. Yeah, I have some collections like up in my actual bedroom. Not even this office here in my bedroom. There's this weird kind of like... So look at the green screen wall here. Imagine if there's just a random divot in the wall. Kind of like a shelf built in near the roof. I don't know why it's there. It's just there. So I have like scenes from each of the Transformers movie using figures from that line. Like I have the scene where the Autobots meet Sam, and it's just kind of the Autobots in their line. I have the forest fight as kind of a diorama up there. And I didn't have really a fight that I really enjoyed from Dark of the Moon that would work in that capacity, so it's kind of just a general Chicago fight. And then I have in this office the lineup of all the Transformers from Age of Extinction together. So, yeah, and then I also have Justice League and then the Legion of Doom next to them on the shelf. I have a bunch of pops. In fact, I just got Aquaman and Mara. Let me grab them for you, because I like collecting pops. And these two are pretty cool looking, if you ask me. So I got this Aquaman here. Man, I miss when I used to do the loot crates and I could kind of review the pops. And I really like this Aquaman here, but what I actually got first was this Mara one, because I really liked Mara in Aquaman. I thought she was awesome. So now I got like this power couple right here, sitting up on the shelf with what I'm hoping to be is a pop version of the Justice League. I have Batman and Green Lantern, so I just need to get like a Wonder Woman, Superman, and then a couple other people up there. But yeah. A Flash will probably go up there. But, yeah. Okay. We need Evil Jetfire. We need to see him like that. Be interesting. I mean, Jetfire on the Dropkick. Oh, I see what you mean by an Evil Jetfire. Could be interesting. It would be something to explore. Let's see. Okay. Maya's Wheeljack and Bumblebee, also Shatter and Soundwave. Man, you guys are kind of taking me back. I used to be really big into the Transformer figures and collecting them. Like, when Revenge of the Fallen came out, that was right when I was getting into Transformers. And they made so many figures for Revenge of the Fallen. So I just bought so many. And then, like, yard sales and all these other things were just, like, my go-to. So I, no joke, probably have anywhere from easily 100 to 200 Transformer figures, either set up in dioramas. That's actually one of the reasons I have them in my bedroom in that set, because I have just filled up tubs and I needed somewhere to put figures. But I easily have 100 to 200 Transformer figures throughout kind of my house, just because I was really into collecting them. Revenge of the Fallen's really where I went crazy, because they made so many figures and had so many lines. Dark of the Moon I got a good amount. Age of Extinction I wasn't a huge fan of those figures, so I think I just cut myself down to getting each of the Autobots, Galvatron, and Grimlock. And I got nothing for what was it? Last night. But the studio Transformer figures they've been releasing recently, like, oh my god, they're really, really well made. So now's the perfect time to collect Transformer figures. I can't now because I'm living and my wallet can't take it. I need to do things like buy food and laundry and groceries, so I can't be going out like, oh, let me get this figure. Like, no, that's not financially responsible in terms of adulting material right there. So definitely, though, recommend it if you can. Let's see, if I were a Transformer, what Transformer would I be? Ooh, I used to have an answer for this. Now I think my answer would be different. It used to be this kind of like van-esque truck, I think. but just kind of a bigger Autobot type thing. Now I feel like I'd want to be fast, like some kind of a car. Just because, like, I think now I appreciate being fast more than being strong, cause that, especially because I'm getting older and my mobility is not quite as good as it used to be. But yeah, probably some kind of a car. Like, there's always that appeal to the sports car, but like a Tesla one would be kind of cool. Just like, I know I'm a robot and I can drive myself and all that, but you know what? I'm gonna be an electric car. It's like kind of the Volt thing. Oh, is it lagging for you? Oh, that's unfortunate. Is it lagging for anyone else? Hopefully not. Let's see here. Instead of Blitzwing, you have, Thundercracker and Skywarp. Oh, that would, yeah, that would be cool, just to have, more of the Seekers. Because you'll get a good amount of Seekers in Season 3, by the way. Let me do that, but I always think the Seekers are cool, and it would be, I always think it's so cool to have Starscream being the leader of Seekers. Like, you know, he, of course, is power hungry, wants to be leader of the Decepticons, but give him the Seekers and let him kind of lead them as kind of that mini faction of the Decepticons. I think that's something I'd love to see the movies play around with, but anyway. The B-movie, God, if you, B-movie, Minecraft, the B-movie. I think you like the B-movie. Am I right about that? Is that what I'm getting? Can you play ABZU? A bazoo? Not quite sure what you're referencing there. I'm not sure. Transcrafter Season 3. It is in the works. I did a whole thing talking about it a couple times before this podcast. But basically, I have a rough cut of Season 1 pretty okay done. I just gotta do some more fine-tuning, do some voice recording stuff. But I'm going to probably wait to release it until I have at least episode 2 and 3 at a similar point. So it's not like, here's episode 1, and now wait an extended period of time for episode 2 and 3. I want to be like episode 1, mini break, episode 2, mini break, episode 3, mini break, episode 4, mini break, and so on. So, I have an idea of a date in mind, but nothing I'm confident enough to tell you guys yet. Because again, at one point I thought I was going to get episode 1 out by September, and we can see how well that worked out, considering I don't even have episode 2 done yet, so it's definitely a work in progress. Just know I'm working on it, and yes, let me answer that question, because I really like that question. Who are your favorite characters in the MCU and the DCEU? MCU's pretty easy. That would have to be Captain America. Just because I'm a big Captain America fan. I really like just what they're doing with his character. Like the idea of kind of this Boy Scout Winter Soldier. I think it's still my favorite MCU movie. Because it's that idea of the Boy Scouty Captain America. Who's very like good, bad, black, and white. Being confronted with the idea of shades of gray. And it's like, oh man, S.H.I.E.L.D., this thing that was supposed to be good, is actually Hydra. This thing that's really evil. And then like Bucky, the Winter Soldier, who's basically the villain, is my old friend, and just confronting this very Boy Scout black and white character with just all this middle ground of like, I don't know what to do here. I find that really fascinating and interesting. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, but can you answer my question about Grimlock again? It lagged. Let me see. I think I remember that one, but I just want to be sure. Oh, when am I going to, or when did I? I mean, it was technically in the Transformers 4 in Minecraft. He's not going to be in Season 3, I'll tell you that. Grimlock is not going to be in Season 3 of Transcrafters. But, yeah, I'll just say that. He's not going to be in Season 3 of Transcrafters. Current version of Grimlock that you have is that from the now, 4 years old Transformers 4 in Minecraft video. So, apologies for that. Grimlock is a cool character who has some potential. He just has to be done right. So it's one of those things that I'd be willing to take on at some point. It's just kind of, if the story demands it. Let's see. I have Squeaks. Nice. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, the new figures have been pretty cool. Can you name 3 Transformers that you have? I have so many that I could easily name more than 3. Basically, every Transformer that has been in the first movie, the second movie, then most of the ones in 3. I never got a Dino or a Wheeljack just because those were so difficult to find back in the day. Like, a Dino figure was like, order it on eBay from a super sketchy person and you might have a chance to get it, but you'd have to pay triple the cost. Like, it was one of those, like, hard to find things where it's like, you either have to go through a sketchy roundabout way to find him, or you have to be super lucky, and I was neither back in the day. And same kind of thing for Wheeljack. I think Wheeljack was a little easier, but... And by Wheeljack, I think it was technically Q, but they called him Wheeljack in the figure. But I pretty much have everyone else. I mean, I got easily Ironhide, Jazz, Bumblebee. I have multiple Optimuses, multiple Bumblebees, multiple Megatrons, multiple Ratchets, multiple Ironhides, multiples of so many different people. All the more obscure ones I had a lockdown from, they did this Transformers animated miniseries after Revenge of the Fallen that I think was from Ironhide's point of view, and they released a whole figure line for it. It was like a real tactical Ironhide that had, like, you know, this knife and had a bunch of different guns, and that was before Dark of the Moon, so that was before we'd ever seen Ironhide with more than just his 2 arm cannons. And it was this animated series with a whole toy line around it about Ironhide hunting down Decepticons. But I had, like, all those figures. And, yeah. Let's see. Nick, do you have any suggestions for games? Because I feel like Xbox gaming has been kind of bland lately. I absolutely agree with you. And I might switch to a PlayStation. Oh, I'm lagging a little bit now, too. Anyway, personally, I bought an Xbox One for Halo, because I'm a big Halo fan. But recently, there's been a huge gap. Let's see, are we still running fine? Drop frames 2.2%. Let me know if it lags for you guys at all during this, because I'm seeing a couple of symptoms, but nothing bad, so let me know if you guys are doing well. Anyway, just to continue on, though. Oh, yeah. With that said, Halo hasn't been doing much lately. I mean, the newest thing they did is, I think, Master Chief Collection on PC. So, like, even that's no longer an Xbox One exclusive. Meanwhile, though, PlayStation has just been kicking butt on a bunch of new original games. Like, I mean, of course, you have, like, The Last of Us, the Uncharted games. But even last year, you had Spider-Man, and a couple others, God of War. But, like, there's so many good PlayStation originals that if you have the money, I would suggest moving to PlayStation. But, again, that's just me. And it's something where I can say that being someone who doesn't really have the money to be like, PlayStation, here. Okay, cool. No lag, good to hear. But I agree with you, Xbox, I've been very bland in terms of games too, and I actually realized that this past week. So that's the problem that I gotta figure out as well, buddy. So I'm in the same boat as you. And it doesn't look like this year, as far as I know, there are any, like, holy cow games. Like, I think we're getting Ultimate Alliance 3 on Switch was one that piqued my curiosity. A Star Wars game at the end of the year that they've said nothing about. And then possibly Last of Us Part 2. So it's kind of up in the air this year in terms of gaming. So I personally would recommend a switch to PlayStation, but that's just me. Let's see. Have you ever been... Oh, wait. Oh, let me reread that. Okay. You ever think of having a jailbreak with Subwoofer? You kind of got a little bit of that in Season 1 when he broke out of Hoover Dam. But a proper jailbreak... no. I haven't. I don't think. And I'm going to be honest, I read that question at first, have you ever been to jail? And I was like, whoa, where did that come from? But answer to that, by the way, no, I have not. Let's see. Oh, you did in the first season. Yeah, there it is, yeah. Did in the first season. Nothing really other than that, though, I'd say. Yeah, unfortunately, no plans for Grimlock right now. One thing I've been playing around with, which I don't know if I'm going to do, because I think Transcrafters Season 3 is going to be the last season of Transcrafters. But with that, I've been considering doing a movie-type thing of Transcrafters that would be my version of Age of Extinction and Last Night, and combine them into one story. Which is something that I've been considering, but it would be such a big task that I don't know if that would be something that would be worth doing. So yeah, it's something I've been considering, but I don't know if I do. So that would be the only place I could put Grimlock, would be that. So at the moment, I have nothing for him. Fun fact, Cybertron is actually Primus, yes. Transformers enemy of Unicron, yeah. Which is something that, never mind, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say something and then no. But yeah, which is something that I think War for Cybertron handled really well, because very few stories use that in terms of like a story point. But yeah, let's see. J4U, think if you were an Autobot from Cybertron, who would you be, Jetfire or Cliffjumper? I mean, Jetfire, if we're talking more classic stuff, that's leader of the aerial bots right there, and the ability to fly is really cool. I mean, Cliffjumper, a lot of people just see you as red knockoff Bumblebee. It's like, no one wants to be that. Like, come on, you're your own guy. So I'd probably want to be Jetfire. Yeah. Now, if you're talking about, like, Michael Bay version, I mean, then that might complicate things a little bit, because I'd just be an old man sitting in a hangar for a long period of time. Yeah, no, but even Jetfire, if you go back into, like, the lore, had some cool stuff going for him. So, yeah, probably Jetfire, I'd say, if I had to put one in terms of what I'd want to be. So, yeah. Alrighty, any other questions for me? Ask away. Kind of in a lull here. I'm just excited to see Shazam tonight, honestly. Give Cliffjumper some love, yeah. Yeah. He has died several times. It's like, I'd love to see someone really use Cliffjumper. Like, I'd imagine, like, I don't know, like maybe some kind of wrecker story where they make him a wrecker or something. Like, some kind of story where you remove him from Bumblebee could be cool, and you just make him his own character. But I think that's one of the problems, that, like, he's often so many times lumped in with Bumblebee that it's kind of like, it's hard for him to be his own character. Prime, though, first episode Transformer Prime, until he died, granted, did a pretty decent job of making him Arcee's partner. I give them credit for that. Oh, today's your mom's birthday. Well, happy birthday to your mom, by the way. I would say, tell your mom I say happy birthday, but she probably wouldn't think much of it, considering I'm just random internet person doing a live stream. But yeah, I hope she has a fantastic birthday. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, what do you think of Cliffjumper? He gets killed 5,000 times, yet he's supposed to be a badass. Yeah. I think it just comes down to people who write him. Please add him to Transcrafters. Oh, crap. I'm a hypocrite. I just realized I'm a hypocrite. Man, crap. I can't say much. Cliffjumper isn't Transcrafters. Oopsie. Anyway, moving on. I don't want to say too much more about that. Regrets now. Talking about, like, people are not using Cliffjumper right. And then I was like, wait, did I use him right? Anyway, Cliff would die a lot. Yeah. When is season 26? Ooh, that's a good question. That will probably be sometime before season 30. And sometime after the 29th of February. So. Oops, I may have accidentally revealed that, yes. Do I have a girlfriend? No, I am currently very, very, very single right now. Yes, I'm living that single college bachelor life. Which by that I mean I just sit in my room editing and making videos. So it's like, you know. But no, I do not have a girlfriend currently. Let's see. In Transformers, Earth Wars. Oh man, Earth Wars stuff. Okay. They have the new War for Cybertron, Jetfire, and Starscream. Download app free. Yeah. Single lifer. Yep. I mean, single is a good word to describe my life. Yeah, I would say that. Oh, I still have coffee here. It's too late for me to be drinking coffee, but I'm filled with poor life decisions, and I'm going to drink some more coffee right now. Granted, if this is the poor life decision I'm making right now, I'm doing substantially better than most college students, I'd imagine. Oh yeah, it's still warm. Yeah, I threw it in the microwave before this live stream, and have been very much so ignoring it. This channel deserves way more subs, so why thank you, I appreciate that. one of those things where I wish we had like the subscribers and the views to warrant doing this on a more full-time basis, because it's like, it's so difficult trying to balance it between school, other projects, and all this other stuff, that I would love to just be able to focus on this channel and do more stuff for it. But we've been discussing what we're going to be doing this upcoming summer, because we'll all have much more time than we do right now. So hopefully come mid-May, I'm expecting, you'll see a lot more content, hopefully a lot better content, and we're discussing stuff. Oh, and that reminds me, something I want to ask you guys. Yeah, flipping the table now, asking you guys a question. Is there any content outside of Transcrafters that you guys want us to do, want us to see? Because we're kind of at a point where we're really wanting to kind of see what content makes us us. So what videos that we do that you guys like, so that we can continue making more of those. Anything that you're not as big a fan of, let us know, because come mid-May we'll be making some changes in terms of what we're doing. But I appreciate that. The Earth War Starscream has armor. And Prime Core. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm not up to date with my Earth Wars knowledge. See, any other projects other than Transcrafters? Yeah, so we have, between all of us, kind of a form that has all the content we try and produce every month, and then supplemental stuff that we try and add in on top of that. So, of course, currently right now, trying to do gaming live streams, of course, the J4U podcast, out of sync stories, trailer reactions as often as we can, which might be a little less from now on, just because copyright claims have been brutal on us, and just like, to the point where it's like, ooh, we've just been getting hit left and right for, if I'm being totally frankly, unjustified reasons. So it's a lot of unjust copyright claims on trailer reactions, so we might have to change up how we're doing them. And then Let's Talk Movies are another thing that we're trying to do, but it's trying to figure out the best format and way to do that. But come summer, we're going to try and fit some more stuff back in. Like, the J4U vlog is still something that's going on, and I'm still recording stuff for. I just got to sit down and edit that. Like, I have a lot of footage to put out for J4U vlog. So if that's something you guys want to see, maybe you can tell me, like, how big of a priority. Like, do you really want to see the J4U vlog come back? Do you kind of want to see the J4U vlog come back? And we just have a bunch of other shows. Not for Family Game Night is something that we want to, that we kind of sprinkle in every so often, and that we're really going to try and restructure come summertime, and try and make into, like, an awesome thing. Like, been throwing down some ideas, like a proper Smash Bros. Tournament, like an actual bracketed, 2 people sit down, host, winners bracket, losers bracket, hosts, etc. We've also thrown around the idea of a multi-cam shoot of, like, a Monopoly thing, where we're all taking Monopoly super seriously, and make it, like, this big event. So, there's a couple ideas going around, but if you guys have any ideas, J4U Studios, the whole idea behind it is we're making content for you that you guys want to see. Okay. Feel bad for Cliffjumper knockoff himself. Yeah, Stinger, right? Yeah, right. What's wrong with at least putting his name in the movie? Hot Rod. Yeah, I agree with that. Do I watch anime? Not really. I used to be kind of into anime. To be fair, that was back when I was interested in a girl who was a big anime fan, which, but anyway, now, I go for, like, the easy entry anime. My roommate, actually, up in Flagstaff, is a big anime dude. Like, he's really into anime. I'm like anime vanilla, like, Genlock, if you count that as anime, which it is, technically. But, like, I define anime as, like, yeah, Avatar's The Last Airbender. Like, I love watching that show, even though it's how old now? Anyway. New nickname now, anyways, Dropkick, who will be Sparkmate. Oh, interesting. Your thoughts on Avengers Endgame. Who will, die? Ooh. So, a lot of my thoughts on Endgame, I say in the most recent trailer reaction, so if you want to know them all, watch that video. But in terms of who lives and who dies, my expectations are that Tony will live. I know a lot of people aren't thinking that. I think Tony's gonna live and Cap will die sacrificing himself, because, especially from that first trailer, when you see there's scenes that have them and what they're fighting for, Tony, he's in that ship fighting to get back to Pepper so they can get married, and it's really symbolism for fighting for his future. Whereas if you look at Cap, he has that picture of Peggy, which shows he's really fighting for his past. So I could see Cap kind of sacrificing himself for the rest of the Avengers so that Tony can basically then fully be kind of the Avengers person and lead them and kind of defeat Thanos, thanks to that sacrifice that Cap makes. Plus, it would be a very Captain America thing to do, to sacrifice himself. Granted, I could also see Tony dying from the standpoint of he really started this saga of the Avengers and Marvel as a whole. It would be kind of nice to see him end it too by dying. But I think no matter what happens with Tony, he will play a part in the Marvel Cinematic Universe going forward. It just depends if that will be him literally alive and just taking a backseat and kind of retiring, or if it means he will die and have an uploaded Jarvis-type voice. So either way, I think he's still going to play a role, whether he lives or dies. Cap, I think this is kind of an ending point for him, where it's like, okay, I'm done. Because now, especially because Winter Soldier or Falcon can become the new Captain America. So I think Cap will most likely die, which again is a shame because he's my favorite Avenger, but that's the very Captain America thing to do. Who else? I think for even the Avengers characters who don't die, for a lot of them it's going to be their kind of retirement or them taking a backseat. I think Thor is one of the characters who will live and will kind of be the grandpa of the MCU. Kind of be like I'll appear when you guys really need me to, but otherwise, unless I'm doing a solo movie, the MCU is your playground to play around with other Avengers. And I think the Avengers lineup going forward after that will be Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Spider-Man type characters. And then like a Falcon, Winter Soldier. Because I think a good amount of those characters are coming back. I think this would be a good ending point for Hawkeye/Ronan. I don't know if I'd say he's going to die. I think he might finally go into retirement like he was planning on after Age of Ultron. Black Widow's getting her own solo movie, which could be in the past, so maybe she'll die, but I don't think they've done enough work to set up her dying. I think the question really is, will it be Cap who dies, will it be Tony who dies, or will both die? I think that's the big question. And I'd prefer if more than one person dies. I just think one of them have to. So, that's my opinion there. Mobile theories that Tony is going to hold the gauntlet and will fix Thanos' snap, but will have to sacrifice. Exactly. Which in that theory, which is one that I've heard, I feel like it would be a thing where Tony would do that and the person who is sacrificed is Cap. But they make up before then, because especially after Civil War, I think a big part of Endgame will be them forgiving each other and coming to I respect you, you're like my brother, one of us is going to die though. And that kind of sad ending. Well, not sad ending because it's like one of them saying goodbye to the other, but then they save everyone else in the process. Especially because you hear that tagline, whatever it takes, which to me reads sacrifice. Whatever it takes, meaning someone or multiple people will be sacrificed to undo the snap. Which, again, if the snap is undone, I kind of hope the characters who didn't die specifically from the snap stay dead. Like Vision, I could see staying dead. Gamora, I could see staying dead. Characters like that. So, yeah. Let's see, if you're a dropkick, who would you want to be your spark mate? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't really know. I just went on this big, this big talk about the MCU and characters sacrificing each other. And the next question, I'm like, I don't know. I guess I don't know enough about spark mates in general to answer that question as thoroughly as I could. And the little I do know, I don't remember much of because it's been a while since I've looked into it. Any other questions? Or has this been good? I really enjoy talking to you guys like this. And I especially miss it because I can't do it super often. And especially because the next episode of the J4U podcast will probably have to be recorded and not live streamed because I don't think the setup I have down there is made for it. I can try it again, but I don't know. Make a Godzilla video. I'm sure Marco from the team would be on board with that. So he's a big monster creature fan and Godzilla specifically. So. Oh, in terms of changing his alts. See, he was car helicopter, right? That's a pretty good duo. I think car and plane is better just because planes can typically go faster, though you don't have like that vertical takeoff, but it's still like, feel a plane gives you more options. Yeah, who would be I don't know. That's a good, yeah. I think, I'm not totally sure. I think, yeah, like a plane car duo. Because I used to have a better answer. Oh no, a Blitzwing would be cool. Like a plane tank. You'd be slow as a tank, but powerful, but then you can be fast if you want to be a plane. You know, the plane tank Blitzwing combo is cool. Oh man, have you ever thought of trying to merge with another channel, kind of like a collab? Yes. Well, I mean, back in the day, we did this awesome collab with Tangled Beards a while back, and that mainly had to do with the fact that Chris Clock, who was one of the main guys of Tangled Beards, was a producer here at J4U Studios. And we did this awesome collab for them on their channel that never came out. And I was so bummed about it because it was awesome. And I ended up eating 2 habanero peppers in it. It was a trivia challenge thing. So it's trivia, and if you get the trivia wrong, you have to do a challenge. And I ended up having 2 habanero peppers, excuse me, and ghost pepper salsa. That was crazy. And I'm open to doing it now. There's a couple channels of people who I know and have considered reaching out to me. It's just one of those things where it needs to be mutually beneficial. It's like, I get something out of it, but they also get something out of it. And it needs to be content that naturally fits together. I don't want to have to force a video where one of us is really stepping outside of our comfort zone to make it. But even with that, those are people who I know, not necessarily channels who I know. And we're in this kind of awkward spot where we're a little bit too small for a lot of creators to want to collab with us. So it's kind of that thing of, it's why the group channel thing that we have works so well, is that it's multiple different personalities. So it's, the idea behind it is, say you don't like me, oh no, I'm so offended, but say you don't like me, that still gives you 5 other people who you could like and watch content that they're in. Or say you don't like another member, that's still 5 other people who have different comedic styles and personalities that you can get on board with. So really, every video that we do with another member of the channel is almost like a mini collab. But, again, the other thing is that you don't get to mix and blend audiences that way. Because it's all still the one audience. So, that's kind of the flaw in that system. So, I'd love to collab with other channels. It's just a thing where right now, if I do collab with other channels, there'll be more collabing with people I know, less about other people who I just kind of, like, oh, I'm subscribed to this person, let me reach out and, you know, meet with them. I can't do much of that. I could do the, like, oh man, I went to high school with that person. They have this YouTube channel they've been doing for a couple months. I can I can collab with them. Which, again, making it mutually beneficial and content that's natural is the challenge there. So, one of those things where the idea of what video would we make together has to come before the let's make a video together. That was probably a much more complicated answer than you're looking for, but that's the answer I have. There was a hair in my coffee. That's not a pleasant surprise to get at the bottom of the mug. Hoping it's mine. Even if it is mine, that's still a little like, oh, okay. Alright, any more questions? We've been going for almost an hour. Can we go for 6 more minutes? 6 more minutes? I mean, people who watch the video after the fact will know the answer, because they can just look at the time code and be like, he actually goes for 4 more minutes. So, no. But yeah, any more questions? Are you the only person? I don't think so. I mean, we got some more people viewing. You're the only person chatting right now. And I'm not familiar with the, Abazu you're talking about. Yeah, Gloria. Nope. Yeah, but I have really enjoyed chatting with you guys here. It's been really great, and I love doing this kind of stuff. Love doing this kind of stuff with you guys, where we can have this kind of one-on-one, back-and-forth interaction. Can answer all your questions and just be more transparent overall. And you can see I'm just a normal person living a normal life, you see? Then I walk away and I go into my $1 million limousine and Nah, I wish. It would be great to have money. Having money would be awesome. Man. And again, in the comments after this live stream is done, let me know. I'd love to know what kind of videos that you guys would want to see more of. What kind of videos do you like? Just after the stream, want to do real quick game of Fortnite. Well, one, I'm not good at Fortnite, nor do I really play Fortnite. And two, I probably will just have to have dinner and then go see Shazam, which I am so excited for. Shazam! Oh man, I'm excited. I'm probably going to try and do a movie review of it, because I haven't done movie reviews in a while, because I've mainly been leaving that to Luke and Dylan, and they haven't really been doing it. And Shazam's a movie that I'm seeing early, and I'm excited for, so I feel like I could do a movie review of it. So I might do that. So that's something you want to see? I'll give it a try. Hey, Nick, do you know Pacific Rim? Love the first one. Have not seen the second one because I don't think it looked good. But I love the first Pacific Rim a lot. See, my favorite studio figure is Revenge of the Fallen Megatron Force. Yes, it looks really good. It's literally, as a grown-ass man, anytime I walk into a Walmart or Target, I'm like, let me look through the aisle. And I see that figure, and I'm like, oh man, that's so much better than the figures that came out when that movie came out. And I'm like, do I buy it? And then I'm like, I have to pay for gas. I have to pay for dinner. I have to pay for the groceries. Maybe next time. And then I convince myself to buy a $10 pop. Because they're just so, they're cheap and they're awesome. And they just sit there and they're cool. I don't know. I guess I'm not a responsible spender either way you spin it. I'm just a slightly more responsible spender than if I had bought the, what, $30 to $50 figure as opposed to a $10 pop. Like, I'm still spending money on things I don't need to spend money on. That does not make me responsible. It just makes me slightly more responsible than the alternative. Alright, anything else? Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down out. Ooh, one thing I want to talk about, which I don't know where I talk about it, is the whole Good Mystical Morning buying Smosh thing. Which, yes, I'm sure riveting, something all of you care about. But from a business standpoint, I've just been so fascinated looking at that whole situation. And I'm so happy that the guys at Good Mystical Morning bought Smosh, because they're the right people to do that. So, yeah, props to Rhett and Link. You're welcome. I like, oh, well, thank you for liking. With that said, please like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with all your friends. This has been a very fun live stream, and I really enjoyed chatting with you guys. Who's your favorite character from Autobots War of Cybertron? War of Cybertron. Oh. I think I liked the Sideswipe a lot. And do I know Pacific Rim? Yes, yes I do. Wait, seriously. I'm not sure what the Wait Seriously is referencing, but yes, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, Good Mystical Morning did buy Smosh. So if you go to the Smosh YouTube channel, they did a clip video, a little short video. I don't know why I said clip video. A short video talking about it. And then they did on their channel Smoshcast, which is brand new, something GMN advised them to do was create a podcast channel. So they started doing podcast. On the first podcast they did, they talk about the whole Defy situation and getting bought by Good Mystical Morning, which is awesome because the Good Mystical Morning guys, Red and Link, are awesome. And, yeah, so they bought Smosh because apparently they wanted to do kind of a new sketch comedy channel. And that was around the same time the Defy thing happens. They're like, oh, we could just buy this iconic staple of YouTube and kind of take them under their wing. So GMN's currently, I shouldn't say currently, they're now letting them use their studio space. I want to say there's 40 GMM employees and 30 Smosh employees. So they basically doubled their employee count with this. And, what else? And yeah, they have a whole studio space at Mystical Entertainment. And Red and Link have been treating them very well. They basically told Ian of Smosh, Ian T. Cox, like, hey, do whatever you want to do. And basically made him the president of Smosh, I assume. Because now he's officially the head of Smosh. So, yeah, Good Mystical Morning, guys. Red and Link, power to them. They're awesome. And they're really just kind of taking over YouTube. Let's see. Oh, any music you're particularly into. I used to do a radio show a couple months ago. So I basically played a lot of the music I was into then. What am I into now? I'm into a lot of the, like, radio songs. Like, a lot of songs that just come on the radio. Because I'm basic like that. But it's a combination between that and some rap. I don't like the, like, booty, 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 booty rap. Like, that's not my kind of thing, but rap is it's clever. I admire and I like. So like the Childish Gambino stuff, I like Post Malone. I've been really into East Side, the Benny Blanco song. Like, oddly into that song. But yeah. I'm not a huge music guy though, which is weird. But, because I know everyone typically like has their earbuds in and they're playing music. I'm not really that way, and I don't know why. Have I played Gmod? I love Gmod, and we have a lot of Gmod videos on this channel that I recommend. So if you want to see me and my ridiculousness playing Gmod, just search it up on the channel. And we did like maybe 20 Gmod videos, 12 to 20 Gmod videos. So I absolutely love Gmod, and if we had a group to play Gmod with, I would 100% be willing to make Gmod videos now. And have I heard of J. Cole? Of course I've heard of J. Cole. I listen to him occasionally. I'm not like a diehard J. Cole fan, but I'll listen to him every once in a while. Okay, excuse me, a few more questions, because I should probably eat dinner at some point here. What's your favorite Fall of Cybertron toy? I didn't look into many of the Fall of Cybertron toys. I remember War for Cybertron, I liked the Soundwave. I thought he looked cool. So I'd assume... I think I saw a Shockwave figure for Fall of Cybertron that looked cool. I could be mistaken about that, but... Anyway, Raft. I'm familiar with the game Raft, if that's what you're referencing. I don't think that's a video game that would work for us to play. I mean, we could try it. It's the kind of game that I would love to do more group-based games like Gmod and like Raft. It's just the thing that right now we have one gaming and recording PC. If we had more, that would be awesome. You have a ton of game suggestions for me. Ooh! Okay, so I would love to hear that, because this summer we'll be coming back hard for both Just4U Studios and J4U Gaming. So, we'll definitely be doing a good amount of gaming live streams over the summer. So, probably about mid-May-ish. Hardish, because I'll be working an okay amount in June, late May. So, well, we're going to head out. Well, I'm heading out as well here. So, talk to you later, Nick. And I hope you have a great time watching Shazam. Well, thank you very much, and I hope you have a great time as well. Oh, you're so familiar. Yeah, so, anyway, but thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with all your friends. It has been a lot of fun, and I hope to do this again soon. Probably when I get back down to the Tucson office, which will probably be early May. So, around that time, we might do one of these again. So, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll be doing more content in general. So, check it out. Watch it, please. I appreciate it. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Stay classy. Later. A peace. And I actually didn't set this up. This is kind of awkward. Okay. Holy moly, 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 I'm fading into the darkness. This is kind of awkward. Okay. Holy moly, 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 I'm fading into the darkness.